How did you know this is what you wanted to do? And when I say this, kind of tell us what this is because you are quite the global world changer. Karen, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really excited about this conversation. I have dedicated starting to do interviews with women that are shaking up the world and making a huge difference with a mission. And so I'm so excited to have you here, and I want to thank you for agreeing to talk to the audience and share what your mission is and everything there is about you. So again, thank you.
Well, thank
And
you for having me.
yes, absolutely. So I like to start this off with how did you know this is what you wanted to do? And when I say this, kind of tell us what this is, because you are quite the global world changer.
Yeah, I didn't know, this was a hostage situation. It was a hostage situation when it started. It's a hostage situation all the way through. And the book, somebody was like, tell us how you wrote the book. I was like, I'm a hostage author. There's points in life that just demand your full blown attention. And so in the beginning, in the 90s, when my son was identified with a disability, it wasn't an option. This raising kids and grandkids. When life happens, it doesn't say we'll do it between 8 and 5, Monday through Friday, Central Standard Time. No, it demands your attention. And when my son was identified with a disability, I knew that I had to advocate for him because that's what parents do. We advocate for our kiddos. And then out of that birthed, starting to boss people around. I mean, advocate for people. And because I'm very justice driven. I just want people to do what's right. And I just assumed when I started out this process with my son in special education in America, like that would be a non-issue, right? I'm going to send him across the street. They're going to do special education services, catch him up. And I had no idea that this was such a broken system. Albeit federally funded, it's still a broken system. And so I just wanted to resolve that. I was just going to get in and resolve it for my son. But then I realized this need was pervasive. It was for all parents. And then I realized teachers needed the support. And so it was something I couldn't ever shake. In the beginning, there were times that I did it more and less. And I always say that out of my greatest pain, God birthed my biggest ministry. And if it hadn't been pain, I wouldn't have done it, right? I was going to sit in my salon on Lake Travis and talk about people and then put them on the prayer list on Wednesday night and, just have a regular middle American life. This was not on my vision board. And then becoming a special education advocate, it's very polarizing. I had no idea how polarizing it was. But at the end of the day, my job is to talk about uncomfortable truths in a way that people keep listening. And so I've worked on honing my skills in that area, whether it's the law, whether it's negotiation, whether it's data-driven solutions. And so, this is the thing that I was put on the earth to do. And all of those things had to disrupt my world for me to do it. And even last night, as this, we're coming closer to the launch of the book, I'm just so humbled and overwhelmed that God would use me to serve families and to serve schools and serve students.